is the third part of the Learn Tailwind series, and in this video we're going to be talking about padding and margins. So first I want to show you guys the Tailwind docs, and first we're going to talk about padding. So the way padding works is, so all the numbers are the same as like the sizing, and the way Tailwind's numbering system is, it goes for everything, goes for padding, goes for margins, everything. Only things that it doesn't work for are like text sizes and stuff. Those are different, and we'll go on to that later on, but right now let's talk about padding and margin. So padding, the way you can, there's like 3 or 4 different ways you can apply padding. So we'll open up our document right here, and we're gonna get rid of this div. Actually, we'll keep the div, but what we'll do is we'll have an h1 inside of it. So let's make an h1, and we'll call this, we'll say text inside of it. And we'll make this blue a lot darker. Let's make it like 800. And now let's take a look at this. So this is fine. I want the text to be white though. We haven't talked about that, so I'm not gonna get into it. But I think you guys can. Let's make the blue lighter. You know what? We'll make it 300. Perfect. And we'll make this the entire screen. I've already talked about that. So we'll go to class, and actually we'll make the entire screen. We'll do width dash 25, height dash 25. Let's take a look. Oh wait, those are not Tailwind numbers. We're gonna have to do Tailwind numbers. So 24 and 24 are part of Tailwind's numbering system, and I can show you guys that right here. 24, no 25. Perfect. Now we have a little box, and now what we're gonna do is we're gonna test out our margin. So we're gonna add a class here, and what we'll do is we'll first add a padding, just a regular padding, all around of 10. So look at that. You can see there's padding added of 10. So that padding's been added to each side of the box around it. Now we can also add a padding to the bottom, top, left, or right. Let's say I want to add a padding to the bottom. We could do B, padding bottom, and we'll do 10 again. And there we go, there's a padding from the bottom of 10. Now let's say I wanted to do a padding from the top of 10. Reload that. There we go. And now let's say that I wanted to do you get the point though, left and right padding. So now let's say I wanted to do a padding from the left and the right side, and I wanted it to be 10 from each side. So we can do padding X, meaning it does a padding of 10 from both sides of the x-axis. We can do the same thing with padding Y. You can see it ends up in the same place. We can change the number, and I'll show you guys the difference. There we go. Yeah. And so that's padding. And the coolest thing about padding is, let's say I wanted to do like a padding from the left side of 5 and a padding from the top, of 10. We could do that. And if we wanted to do a padding of X from left and right, we can also declare them separately, like padding right. Even if it's the same number, we could declare it separately. It's completely your choice how you want to do it. Okay, now let's talk about margins. So let's get rid of all this padding right here, and let's get rid of the class in general. Perfect. Now, of course, to mess with the actual box as margins, we're gonna have to use the div right here. So first, what we'll do is we'll give it m of 10 to show you guys what it looks like. There we go. So 10 has been taken off of all these sides, and now what we'll do is we'll give it a m top of 10. So margin from the top of 10. There we go. Now let me show you guys the X. It's the exact same thing as padding, guys. It works the exact same way. And just like padding, you can have multiple pieces of margins or padding declared. So I could do MR, so margin right dash 10, and I could do M top of 10. So we have a right and a top margin. Or if I want to change this to left to make it more visible, there we go, margin top, margin left. So padding is amazing, and with padding and Tailwind, there's also other features that you can do. If you scroll down here, you can see something very interesting. Uh, where'd it go? Uh, Sorry, not for padding, for margin. Margin has a very awesome feature. It's margin auto. So margin auto is really cool because a lot of times in my applications I can't get the margins just right, and margin auto can do that. It basically finds like the perfect margin according to everything around it. So I don't think doing margin auto here is going to do much. It's just going to push it all the way to the left side because there's nothing else. It's just trying to push it all the way there. When there's like other divs around it, it's going to adjust according to it. So that's what margin auto is. And yeah, so that's all the things we have to cover in this section. Move on to the next section and we'll talk about our next topic. See you guys there. Peace.